Yo, what is good? It's your man, SpokenGhost, the host with the motherfucking most. Y'all now tuning back into the Mighty Nice Podcast. Let's go. Man, this song, man, we want to introduce some motherfucking songs that have not really gotten the spotlight like that. This is Bel Air by Mick Jenkins. This is Drive Slow by Bel Air and Mick Jenkins.
Driving through the city and you know how we ride. And there's 100 soldiers with me, so you know we inside. And there's half the zone, we in the all black motorcade. Talking up the shit, you think that it's a parade. You need to drive slow, drive slow.
Turn up a little bit.
Looking through your window, baby. Drive slow, drive slow. Put your arms out the window, let them know that you ride. And 13 inches on some racetrack shit. I'm getting lawyer check.
Shout out Bel Air, man.
I'm from the south side of Chicago where they hate that shit. Public enemy, number one, they gon' play that shit. Went to a school where students might box it out with the teacher. From a city where niggas might shoot it out with the preacher. Everybody gang, and rock the pressure to see it. Picture perfect moving, nigga got the bag on the lead. The youngest of the shorties got the biggest of two. That's how I go around my fucking neck of the wood. So bring the motorcade, I drop slow like Pablo. Got so many with me, I can walk through with my eyes closed. Still don't get cut. You only talk, so I really don't get this stuff. I'm a businessman, I'm only here to get my ears up. And make these white neighborhoods like we ain't losing my beat.
I had to let that shit rock a little bit, you know what I mean? Yo, man, we're checking back into this motherfucker, man. This is a very, very, very special episode because this is the earliest we have ever done the Mighty Nice Podcast. You dig? I think this gonna be like a medium long podcast. Pause. I think it's gonna be like around the 45-minute mark. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, see what we bump into, see what we run into, man. Shout out to motherfucking YouTube. Shout out to our motherfucking YouTube family. Shout out to motherfucking SoundCloud motherfuckers. We are officially just got to 100 views, over 100 views. Thank y'all. It's never no number is too small. We gotta keep building, keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Just got over 100 views, man. Thank y'all for motherfucking rocking with me and supporting me on YouTube. 100 views on YouTube, I should say. I think we're about. I think we're almost at like maybe the 200 mark on SoundCloud, somewhere around that. I think I gotta check again, but I just want to thank y'all for motherfucking supporting the show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Mighty Nice Podcast, however many there are, man. Thank y'all for this shit, man. Let's keep building, keep motherfucking grinding. Let's do this shit. You know we gotta get straight to the motherfucking shits, man. Straight to the motherfucking bullshit. We ain't gonna start no other way. Last week, you know what I'm saying, Gucci and Louis Vuitton, you know what I'm saying, that whole thing with the blackface shit, you know what I'm saying, with the sweaters they had and like the little monkey trinket they motherfucking had and shit like that. Floyd Maywhether. Talking about Floyd, man, he cooning to the highest degree, man. When asked about, you know, his thoughts on the Gucci boycott and shit like that, he said, man, I'm gonna keep spending this money, man. I'm gonna keep spending money on Gucci, man. Fuck it, bro. Like, he basically said, you know what I'm saying, fuck the boycott. I'm gonna do what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep wearing Gucci because I want to wear Gucci. I mean, yo, man, like, I get you want to be a leader and I get you don't want to be a follower and shit like that, but it's time to follow some shit. This is not the shit you stand up. This is not the time to. This is not some shit you're supposed to lead. You know what I'm saying? This you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, this everything, like, I get you want to be a leader and not a follower and shit like that and not follow the crowd. But, no, Floyd, follow the crowd on this one, bro. Follow the fucking crowd on this one, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, I don't really think he was that. Take a sip of this drink real quick. To be honest, I don't really think he was even informed on that, you know what I'm saying? You making that much money over it. I don't think really Floyd is on the internet like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. He may be, you know what I'm saying? Even if he don't really like, I mean, he posts a lot. I mean, I guess, you know what I'm saying? If you follow Floyd on Instagram or whatever. He posts a lot on motherfucking Instagram and shit like that. I don't know but I don't really, if you that rich, I mean, I know you probably got like a publicist or something like that. Somebody who posted up the shit for you and run your account. I'm not sure how his motherfucking shit go, but I'm saying I don't know if he was really well versed on the subject, but he might. It sounded like he was. I mean, because the interviewer, TMZ interviewer, told him that Gucci has what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what's going on? I think he asked the interviewer what's going on, and the interviewer told him, and he still said, "Fuck that shit. I'm gonna wear Gucci." And he proceeded to go into the fucking Gucci store and spend racks and racks on motherfucking Gucci and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you see 50 Cent speaking out, you know what I'm saying, calling him a fuck nigga and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just coon shit to me. That means I respect Floyd in his boxing acumen. He's 51 undefeated. You know what I'm saying? 51 and 0, whatever. You know, 50 something and 0. And we're not talking about boxing. This is a social issue. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, Floyd, that's just some coon shit, you know what I'm saying? This is real coon shit, you know what I'm saying? I can't rock with that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just really like, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that, I get you don't want to be a follower, but follow the crowd on this one, you know what I'm saying? Follow the fucking crowd on this fucking, at least this, if you're not going to follow the crowd on anything else, I get you're not supposed to follow the crowd. Don't fucking follow the crowd. But follow the crowd on this. This is something Gucci is blatantly telling us that they don't fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? They don't fuck with black people. And I can't afford fucking Gucci. You know what I'm saying? And then here's that whole thing. Like, just because I can't afford it don't mean I can't speak up. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean I can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? This is bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than you can't afford it. That's probably what all the, I mean, if people who still rock it with Gucci, that's probably their number one insult against somebody who speaks out. But you can't even afford it anyway. But it's not even about that. It's not about that, bro. You gotta take a stand on some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't, bro. Like they blatantly Gucci put that shit out. They blatantly told us what they think of us. They told us what they think of us. They think we're fucking. They think we coons and shit. They told us what they think of us. They don't fuck with us. They made a blackface sweater. They made Louis made that, or Prada or whatever. They made that fucking little trinket or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They made a little racist looking fucking with the red lips, like monkey looking trinket or the blackface trinket. I know what I'm talking about. Like, yo, like they told us. They're telling us what they think of us. Like, and you still gonna rock that, bro? Like, you know how dumb you look, bro? You know how dumb that looks? You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much fucking money you spend on it. It's not about the fucking money. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? This is a social motherfucking issue, and you, bro, you gotta take a fucking stand, bro. Like, this is not something you just supposed to, bro. Like, yo, this shit just really, it really rubbed me the wrong way. It really kind of pissed me off. And it's like, fam, you can't. That's just Floyd. That's just some coon shit, bro. It's just some coon shit, bro. I can't rock with that, man. Like, yo, and you see, 50 Cent has really been vocal about it. You know what I'm saying? And 50 Cent burned his Gucci. You know what I'm saying? He burned all his motherfucking Gucci clothes. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent said he spent $1.2 million on motherfucking Gucci. You know what I'm saying? A year. He spent $1 million a year on fucking Gucci. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's true, but I mean, it's 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? So I assume that he had a lot of motherfucking Gucci. I don't know if he spent $1 million a year but I know he motherfucking had Gucci. You know what I'm saying? And there's videos of him burning his motherfucking Gucci t-shirt and shit like that. And he burned all his Gucci clothes. Really, there's a theory. This is not my theory. You know what I'm saying? I think Andrew Schultz from the Brilliant Idiots podcast brought this up. He said that they don't want black people rocking their motherfucking clothes. They don't want us to rock their motherfucking clothes. You know what I'm saying? That's why they made that shit. They don't want the black dollar. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to come around to agree with that theory a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because he's saying that they did this on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And just to give them, and this leads into a whole nother discussion about, you know what I'm saying, like what people do for attention. You know what I'm saying? Companies, you know what I'm saying? The theory is that Andrew had laid out was that they did this as like a sort of a publicity stunt in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like to get their fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just the what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Shock value. You know what I'm saying? That like people say that Eminem. And I'm getting to a whole motherfucker going off on a tangent. But people say that Eminem, when he first came out, he said a lot of shit for shock value. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of the same thing. Or the and it's two totally different things, but it all encompasses in the same motherfucking like thing. What you like? These companies are doing this shit for attention. They did this shit for shock value, and it gets people riled up and gets people talking about motherfucking Gucci. But I mean, there's you seen the fucking NWA movie where Eazy-E's character said all press is good press and shit like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's motherfucking true because I don't know if that's motherfucking true because a lot of the rich and famous people who are rocking Gucci and Prada and shit like that, they're boycotting it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Andrew said that Andrew Schultz was like, yo, they did this on purpose because they don't give a fuck about the black dollar. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about all these rich, famous black people rocking Gucci. They don't want us to rock motherfucking Gucci. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to be representing their fucking product. You know what I'm saying? So they did this on purpose. Um, I don't know if that's entirely true, but it does make sense. It does make a little bit of sense. And there's this clip floating around on Instagram about the Negro. Like I think it was Dia Hughley posted it. I think T.I. and 50 Cent may have reposted it. It was this white man. He was sitting at a desk. He was like, the Negro dollar. This is what you need to do to get the Negro dollar. You know what I'm saying? And it goes into I've watched that video. I've seen that video before. I watched that video maybe 2-3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I watched that video 2-3 years ago, and it's just starting to resurface now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to be like, yo, I was on that shit. I'm not saying that to be like, yo, I was on that shit, bro. Y'all niggas just getting on that shit. I saw that shit 2-3 years ago. Now that this whole fucking shit, I'm not talking about it like that. I'm saying I saw that video 2 or 3 years ago, and it made a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? And now with this Gucci shit coming out, this whole Gucci blackface shit coming out, is the video starting to resurface. You know what I'm saying? And it talks about how you're supposed to get the Negro dollar. It said Negroes like high end value stuff, and so it goes into how much black people spend on motherfucking high end shit. You know what I'm saying? How much the billions of dollars that the black market, the black dollar makes up and spends on these high end products and shit like that. Let me take a sip of this drink real quick. Cotton off. And it just really, you know what I'm saying? I watched that video about 2 or 3 years ago and shit like that. And it's just starting to resurface. I said that. But it's like, yo, these companies have been on that shit. You know what I'm saying? They just in the theory that Andrew laid out. It's like, yo, maybe they don't give a fuck about the black dollar anymore. They got enough money. Gucci is probably like $1 billion or $1 trillion company and shit like that. So I guess they think they got enough money and shit like that to where they don't fuck with the black dollar anymore. And there's that whole theory about Timberlands. I remember the theory about motherfucking Timberlands with the tree on the Timberlands. That was something there was a tree that they hang somebody off of. You know what I'm saying? They put a hanging tree on the Timberlands and niggas rock Timberlands. I don't know if that theory is true. You know what I'm saying? I think Timberland may have denied it or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? It kind of gets into that whole thing. Like Timberland was very subliminal about that. If that is the case, you know what I'm saying? If that is the case, you know what I'm saying? I used to have some Timberlands. I don't have them anymore. I think my shit started kind of maybe like falling apart or something like that. None of those are the other fucking Timberlands. Those are the knockoff Timberlands. I had some real Timberlands. I don't have them anymore. I think I outgrew them or something like that. But there was that whole theory that the tree on the Timberlands was they hang somebody off, they hang the nigga off that tree. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas rock Timberlands. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that Timberland was very subliminal about that, and Gucci and Prada, they just out and open with it. You know what I'm saying? They out and open with it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't being subliminal about it at all. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I don't know if that whole shit about the Timberlands is true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It could be. It's if you go look it up on motherfucking YouTube or Google and shit like that, I think it said Timberland denied that that's what it was. But I think the owner of Timberland came out and said something similar. Said something to the effect of, "We don't want niggas to rock fucking. We don't want niggas to rock our shit." And I think some of these. And now that I'm thinking about it, I watched a documentary. I think it was a hip hop fashion documentary. It said that these high end fashion designers don't want the company. The head of the company literally came out. I forgot what company it was. Like it was a high end fashion designer and shit like that. The head of the company came out and said, "We don't want black people rocking our shit. We don't care. We don't give a fuck how much money you got. We don't care how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? We don't want niggas rocking our shit. You know what I'm saying?" And I think one of the heads of the companies came out and actually said that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Gucci or Prada has the balls to come out and say like that dude did. Like that dude just came out and just said, "Fuck it, we don't want niggas rocking our shit." Now what? You know what I'm saying? Niggas still continue to rock it. You know, like Floyd, Kodak. Kodak Black said something to similar effect that Floyd said. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, man, this is something I get. Like I said in the beginning, like I get you don't want to follow the crowd, but yo, this is something you're supposed to follow the crowd on. Like like everything, you know what I'm saying? This is something you're supposed to follow the crowd on, yo. Like this is not something you're supposed to take a stand and die on this motherfucking post. You're not supposed to die on this post. This is not the fucking cross to die on, man. This is not the cross to die on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not the one. You know what I'm saying? This is, I get you want to be a leader, but this is some shit you're supposed to follow, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I don't really give. I don't. Not like I said. Like, I can't afford Gucci, but it's really not about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like these companies, they really don't. They really don't want the black dollar. You know what I'm saying? Even though we make up a substantial debt, they used to. You know what I'm saying? When that video out that's resurfacing now on the internet, you know what I'm saying? They used to want the black dollar, but now like I think they got enough money and they're like, yo, fuck it. Like we only want fucking white people buying our shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's like, yo, man. It's just not the cost to die on, yo. It's like, yo, that was some real coon shit, bro. That was some real coon shit. You don't keep rocking that shit, bro. They told us, they blatantly told us what they fucking think of us. And you still gonna rock it, bro? You fucking serious? Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, come on. Speaking of Floyd, I had watched his motherfucking Kevin Hart shit. I think Kevin Hart Coldest Ball shit. Like, that shit kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart, he bring athletes in, you know what I'm saying? They sit in the ice bucket and shit like that. I watched Floyd Mayweather's. I think I forgot when it came out. I think it was released shortly after that TMZ clip came out, or it may have been before that. It doesn't matter. But I'm off that motherfucking Gucci shit. Talk about some whole new shit. Still involving Floyd. He said Kevin Hart had asked him about going in him possibly fighting in the UFC, and Floyd's response to Kevin Hart's question really kind of pissed me off. Again, Kevin Hart asked him, like, yo, like, so what about the UFC? You gonna fight in the UFC? And then Floyd said, yeah, she said, Floyd, okay, he said that, to be honest, he said something to the effect of, to be honest, I'm good right now, you know what I'm saying, life is good, I got enough money to chill. But then he said, but, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And he said, but I could go into the UFC, get a 3-4 fight deal for $1 billion. And I was like, a 3-4 fight deal for $1 billion? Is that his going rate, or did WME actually offer him that? Did the UFC actually offer him that contract? And yo, I was like, yo, WME will be so stupid. The UFC, if they really gonna give the UFC will be so stupid to give Floyd $1 billion for a 3-4 fight deal if he got, especially if he's not gonna fight MMA. If he's gonna box in the octagon, that would be the dumbest business move of all time. That would be literally the dumbest. They will lose so much money. Yo, if they let Floyd just box in the octagon and they give him $1 billion for that shit, that would be the dumbest. That would be literally the dumbest business move of all time. Of all time. Like, yo, they do not need to give fucking Floyd $1 billion. Because if he comes into the octagon just boxing, what MMA fighter is going to beat him in just boxing? That would make the sport, that makes the sport look bad. That makes the mockery of the fucking sport. Yo, Floyd, like, I touched on this in an earlier podcast. Like, yo, like, if Floyd stepped foot into the octagon and without stipulations, without saying you can't kick him, you can't take him down, you can't choke him, you can't fucking knee him, you can't do any of that shit, and you're just gonna be boxing. If he steps to the octagon just boxing, what MMA fighter stands a fucking chance against the best boxer in the fucking world? Except the bigger guy, of course. But I'm talking about people his weight. What MMA fighter would stand a chance? That makes the fucking sport look bad. Like, yo, if the UFC really gives Floyd the 3-4 fight deal for $1 billion, hold on. If they really give him that fucking deal, no stipulations. The deal has to be no fucking stipulations. Like, Floyd, you're gonna fucking fight MMA. You're not gonna be boxing in the fucking octagon. It'll make the fucking sport look bad. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine if Floyd beats somebody and fucking beats somebody in fucking boxing in the octagon. Who's gonna watch the fucking UFC? And the pay-per-view buys, the stars, you know what I'm saying? We're losing a lot of stars, you know what I'm saying? John Jones, we just got fucking John Jones back. You know what I'm saying? John Jones is probably the biggest draw instead of without Conor. Conor McGregor just fucking chilling right now. You know what I'm saying? He just lost to Khabib. You know what I'm saying? I think the rematch is coming. But besides Conor McGregor, John Jones, the UFC only has 2 fucking stars that bring eyes to the sport. They only have 2 people that bring eyes to the sport. And John Jones, when he fights, he barely cracks 1 million pay-per-view buys. John barely cracks 1 million. He may get 1 million. I think he got like maybe 1.3 his last one, but like that's when he fight in DC. I think like the most John Jones ever gets was like 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. It's only when he fight in DC. If John Jones is just fighting some guy, he barely cracks 1 million. Barely cracks 1 million. You know, of course, but Conor McGregor, of course, he gets like astronomical numbers. And Conor McGregor is the biggest star that the UFC has right now. And people already don't respect it. If they let Floyd walk in there and just box, like, yo, that makes a mockery of the sport. And what if the MMA guy loses? But who's gonna watch MMA anymore? If like I said, if the UFC gives him that fucking deal, there has to be no stipulations on what the other guy can do to him. Like, I want to see Floyd in a real fucking fight. And I'm not calling boxing fake fighting. Of course I respect boxing. I respect it to the utmost. But I respect any pugilist. I respect any fucking fighter. But, yo, MMA is real. It's real shit. This is I want to see Floyd take a fucking kick. I want to see Floyd try to fucking stuff a takedown. I want to see Floyd try to stop a rear naked choke. I want to see Floyd try to stop an arm bar. He will not stand a fucking chance. Like, bro, like the 50th ranked fighter in the fucking UFC could fucking fuck Floyd up. You know what I'm saying? If Floyd agreed to no stipulations. If Floyd agreed to no fucking stipulations. You know what I'm saying? That you can't kick him or can't fucking knee him or elbow him or anything like that. Like, yo, like, I don't want to see that. I'm not gonna watch. I'm not, as a UFC fan, I'm not gonna fucking support that. Like I hope any other UFC, like I think all of UFC fans, I think we feel the same way. Like yo, we don't want to fucking see that. We don't want to see fucking Floyd boxing octagon, bro. We want to see Floyd do MMA in the MMA shit. We don't want to see Floyd boxing MMA. We want to see Floyd do fucking MMA. I want to see how Floyd takes a fucking kick. Can he take a kick? Can he block? Can he stuff a takedown? Can he block a fucking rear naked choke? Can he block an armbar? Can he block a leg lock? No. I guarantee the answer is fucking no. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, Floyd said life is good right now. He don't have to do that. He's 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? So why would he? But if he was to do that, yo, I don't want to see fucking Floyd boxing the octagon. What UFC fan in a right? What real UFC fan is gonna pay to watch Floyd boxing the octagon? I don't want to see that bullshit. I want to see him fucking do MMA, bro. Like, you know, you don't get to come in our sport. I call it our sport, like I'm in it, like I actually do it. But you know, like as a fan, like you don't get to come in our sport and just make a mockery of it, bro. You don't get to do that, bro. You don't get to come over here and do that shit. We played your little fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Conor McGregor, he came over there, he just boxed you. Even though if Conor McGregor threw one fucking kick, that fight would have been over in 30 seconds, bro. Like, yo, like, and he talking like he can actually do something to him. Like, you can't. You can't hold fucking Conor McGregor lunch pail, bro. If you let him throw one fucking kick, if you let him do one takedown, bro, you'll be fucking done in 30 seconds. Like, let's be real. Let's be fucking real. Let's talk about the reality of the situation. Like, Floyd is fucking delusional. He fucking, like, he's talking like he can actually do something to these guys. Like, you can't, bro. You can't. Bro, go train MMA for a year. Come to the UFC. Go train MMA for a year. Come to the UFC. You're not gonna, bro. Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. He weighed 125 pounds, way lighter than Floyd. He would fucking, oh my God, that fight would last a minute. That fight would last less than a minute. Like, yo, we gotta talk about the fucking reality, bro. Like, and again, I'm not disrespecting boxing, but when these boxers fucking start talking about MMA and trying to disrespect these guys, and especially Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he starts talking about the UFC and MMA, and he starts disrespecting these guys and talking down to Conor McGregor like he can actually fuck him up in a real fight, you can't. First of all, you fucking can't, because he threw one kick to your fucking head, you will be out in less than fucking 30 seconds. Let's talk about the fucking reality of the situation. Let's stop being fucking delusional. Like, yo, like, bro, again, like, if UFC really made that fucking deal, if they really were willing to make that $1 billion deal without placing stipulations on it, like with with stipulations, if they were to make that deal with the stipulation that you can't kick Floyd, you can't do MMA on Floyd, you can only box. If they were to make that deal, that would be the dumbest business move of all time, because it would take either away from the sport. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a slim chance. Somebody who's 100%. It's like John Jones. John Jones has never lost a fight ever. He's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? His chances of winning are 100%. Floyd Mayweather is the same. Floyd Mayweather's undefeated, so his chances of winning is 100% in just boxing. Just boxing. If it's just boxing, his chances of winning are 100%. So why would WME, like, who owns the UFC, why would the UFC in their fucking right mind, why would they give Floyd any amount of money for just boxing? Like, that would make a fucking mockery of the sport. Like, I do not want to see that bullshit. Like, I want to, like, as a fucking UFC fan, they better not fucking do that shit, because, yo, that would be the dumbest, like, yo, they clearly, if they do that shit, they clearly just trying to be a fucking spectacle. Like, yo, like, no, I'm not rocking. I'm not rolling with that. Like, no UFC fan, no real true UFC fan not rolling. We're not rocking with that, bro. Like, get that fucking bullshit out of here, bro. Get that fucking bullshit out of here. If you're going to step into the cage, step into the motherfucking cage, nigga. If you're gonna step into the motherfucking cage, step into the motherfucking cage. Not just boxing. Fucking throw some kicks. See what fucking happens, bro. See what fucking throw a kick, nigga. Oh my god, bro, this shit pisses me off. Like, yo, like people, yo, this shit really grinds my fucking gears. It really pisses me off when boxers talk down to MMA fighters like they can really do something. Like, you can't, bro. You can't. You good with the hands. That's it, nigga. You good with the fucking hands. That's it. Nigga, MMA fighters good with the hands, elbows, knees, fucking legs, shins, takedowns, chokes. Nigga, you can't do shit. Nigga, you only good with the hands, bro. You only good with the hands. You can't take an elbow. You can't take a kick. You can't take a knee. You couldn't stuff a takedown if you, what? Oh my God, he probably couldn't stuff a takedown if he tried. Like, bruh. Oh, fam, it just really pisses me off. Like, yo, he's so delusional, bruh. You being delusional. You being fucking delusional, bruh. You couldn't stop a takedown if you fucking tried. You think you're gonna learn jujitsu? What if he? Oh my God, bruh. If you think you're gonna learn jujitsu, you think you're gonna spend a year or 2 years, 5 years? Floyd takes 5 years off. Learns jujitsu for 5 years. You step into, bro. You playing catch up. You playing catch up. Like all these MMA fighters, they all got their black belts, bro. And if they don't, they on brown, bro. Like all these niggas got fucking black belts. You gonna be playing catch up with all these niggas. Every single MMA fight. If you don't have a black belt in everything, you shouldn't fight UFC. All these UFC fighters, all of them have fucking black belts or brown belts in fucking jiu-jitsu. And Floyd, you take 5 years. Take 5 years. Floyd, take 5 years to learn jiu-jitsu. You're still not gonna fuck with him. Still no chance. Still no fucking chance. No chance. You're gonna be playing fucking catch up with a black belt, bruh. Like, yo, like this, oh my God, bro. Like, I just wish you stopped being fucking delusional, bro. Like, yo, it just ties into the whole fucking him with the Gucci shit, bro. Like, yo, what is wrong with this nigga, bro? Oh my God, man. Like, I respect this fucking fighting, his boxing acumen. Let me just say I respect his hands. But like, yo, you can't fuck with these niggas, bro. Like, you really can't, bro. Like, you can't. Like, you can't. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell you can fuck with these niggas. No way in fucking hell you can fuck with these niggas, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't even hear Floyd joke about that. Cause is that really like, yo, that's something that really just like, yo, like you can't, like these niggas, bro, oh my God, bro, these niggas, oh my God, bro. Y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He can't fuck with these niggas, bro. If he was a real fucking fight, if it was a real fight, he can't, oh my God. It just gets me so mad, bro. Like when these, oh man, it just gets me fucking mad. It just gets me really mad. Like you can't fuck with these niggas, bro. You really can't, bro. Like these niggas will kill you. These niggas can literally kill you with their bare hands. What these niggas can really literally kill you with their bare hands, bro. In less than a minute, bro. And you, oh my God, bro. Oh man, it's just like, yo, bro. You good with the hands and that's it, bro. You good with the hands and that's it. And that's it. Like you can't, bro. Like you can't try to take a fucking kick. Try to take a head kick, Floyd. I want to see that. I really want. This is no joke. I'm not making a joke. I really want to see if Floyd can take a head kick. I want to see Floyd try to block stuff a takedown. I really want to see. I would pay to see that. I would actually, however much the fight costs, I would want to pay. I would pay to see that. I want to see Floyd take a kick. I want to see Floyd try to stuff a takedown. I want to see Floyd try to take an elbow. I want to see Floyd try to actually do MMA. If he agrees to actually do MMA, I would pay to see that. But if it's just boxing, get that bullshit out of here, man. I want to see that fucking bullshit. Fucking putting a motherfucker 100% chance with the fucking hands against somebody who's bro, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see that fucking bullshit, bro. The only way I would pay to see Floyd in the UFC is if he's doing MMA. If he's just boxing, fuck that bullshit. Any UFC fan, real UFC fan, will say the same fucking thing. We don't see that fucking bullshit. We don't see just boxing in the fucking octagon, nigga. It's the octagon, not the ring. It's the octagon, nigga. It's the octagon, bro. You gotta do some other shit in the octagon. It's not just the hands in the octagon, bro. It's not just the fucking hands in the octagon. Like, I would pay to see Floyd actually do MMA. If it's anything other than that, I'm not fucking with it. And any real UFC fan, any real motherfucking UFC fan would probably say the same thing. We don't want to see that bullshit, man. It's the fucking octagon, not the ring. Man, what else the fuck we talking about, man? Like, it's like, yo, man. I think it's a good time to take a break, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come right back with some other shit. You know what I mean? Mighty Nice Podcast. We'll see you after the break. Yo, we are motherfucking back. It's your man SpokenGhost, the host with the motherfucking most. Right now, tuning back into the Mighty Nice Podcast, man. We are back from motherfucking break. Yo, man, we gotta get the motherfucking vibe right, you dig? Let's go. Turn this bitch up. Hey. Yeah.
Meal ticket, mama up. Still in my level, real niggas in my bottom up. Still hit me back, still this from where the bottom back. Still bring me back, still this when I ain't got a find it. The flow is good, the hoe is good, the show is good, you know it's good. Cool as me out front, they can't cool, stoking folk, you know it's good. Clean as tight, you know head and shoulders, hoe, you know it's good. Shout out to my kid, folk, just got home and Coca-Cola's good. Watch my profile and my go-kart, this my giveaway is fuck. In my hood, we call it fuck. Fuck about what you think of me. All my hoes be nice and times. All she want is chicken grease. All you know is with your man and talk you about the surface. Get your meal ticket,
Yeah, man. It's the motherfucking vibes, man. I remember that song first came out, man. Like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, who the fuck is Isaiah Rashad, yo? You know what I'm saying? I heard Sylvia demo. You know what I'm saying? But Free Lunch, so I was like, this the one. I was like, yo, this the one, bro. Free Lunch, yo, and the other one, I forgot what the other one called. I listen to that shit all the time, so I tip my motherfucking tongue. Probably could fucking find it. The one we was talking about, damn, what's the name of that motherfucking song, yo? Let me find this shit real quick. I think it's, What's Wrong, it's, damn, bro, it's on the tip of my motherfucking tongue. I remember that shit, bro. I know the song I'm fucking talking. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna think about this shit all day. Damn. Fuck it. I'm about to say fuck it. It'll take it too long to find. I know it's one fucking song. It's on the same album. The song on the same album. The song he made the video for with the dollar signs on people's head over people's heads and shit. Like, yo, man, like, that Free Lunch, yo, that's a song that really, like, yo, like, it made me say, who the fuck is Isaiah Rashad? You know what I'm saying? Like, I bump Free Lunch. I used to bump Free Lunch every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? So that was a dope album, dope project. The album's not Free Lunch, but that was a dope motherfucking album. That was a dope project, man. Shout out motherfucker Isaiah Rashad. But let's get back into this motherfucking shit, man. Little fucking tidbit, like, a little interesting, little fact. You know they package nothing now? You know you can buy nothing. Like, go on Amazon, type in nothing, and some shit will come up. They sell fucking. The package says nothing, and they sell a ball of air, bro. They sell some shit. They sell nothing now, bro. These motherfuckers, like, yo, it's like, I think it's like $10 or some shit like that, $6 or $10. I just looked that shit up, yo, like, yo, fam, they sell nothing now, bro. It's literally nothing in there. It's literally nothing in the package. And it's just a package to say nothing for, like, the person who has everything or some shit like that. Like, if you got it's a good gag gift if you're a rich person. And, like, if you're rich, they got a motherfucker, you got a lot of shit. You got everything you could ever want. So like you get this little shit, you got nothing. You give them like a little package of nothing. I get it like a little gag thing, but like yo, fam, like they sell. They are literally selling nothing now. You literally can buy nothing. Like yo, that shit is crazy, fam. That shit is like yo, but it is Black History Month, and yes, it is fucking Black History Month, man. I've been seeing a lot of so I've been seeing like I follow this fucking page that just tell you like a little interesting facts about like interesting moments in Black history. Like it was one Robert Smalls life. I think I learned the story of Robert Smalls when I was like in maybe 8th grade or something like that. Like he took over. I think he was a escaped slave who took over a Confederate ship, and like he took it over and he got through it. He got through the motherfucking got through the motherfucking war or whatever. He ran for Congress and he won. Like yo, back in motherfucking slavery. Like yo, that was a motherfucking real nigga. Like Robert, shout out motherfucking Robert Smalls. Robert, rest in peace, Robert Smalls, man. Like you not forgotten, man. And I saw another one. It was this black pirate. I think his name was Caesar, and he was on the same ship as Blackbeard. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, he did some ill shit too. Like, I'm gonna learn like a lot. I mean, I think I may have heard that before, but I'm not really sure. But yo, man, like, it's a lot of little interesting moments in Black history that's coming up right now. I knew the story of Robert Smalls. I think I read like a little excerpt on him in school one time or something like that. But man, yo, rest in peace, Robert Small. Shout out to him, man. He did some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in slavery days and shit like that. But there was speaking of Black fucking history. You know what I'm saying? I want to take this. Wow, I can't believe I'm really. Now that it's coming out my motherfucking mouth, like yo, it's kind of like But I just want to introduce this motherfucking introduce this thought into your motherfucking brain, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk about Abraham Lincoln. I'm indifferent, you know what I'm saying? See, this is the whole thing about the winners, the conquerors. You know what I'm saying? If you win the battle, you win the war. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to write history. You know what I'm saying? History goes to the victors. I think is the saying or something like that. Whoever won whoever did all the conquering and all the motherfucking pillaging and all that shit, they're the ones who write history. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of touched on this last week about like how like when I was in class, no, when I was in history class, the first time that you meet African Americans meet Black people in when I was in history, when I was in school, when I was coming up, when I was in school, and still, and even in college, I took a world history class. Even in fucking college, they still don't talk about this part of history. The first time you meet Black people in history, from from elementary school to fucking college, the first time you meet Black people in history is as slaves. They talk about the white monarchy. They talk about how white people were kings and queens. We did a whole that shit really surprised me. I said even in college we still not talking about this shit. Even in fucking college, the first time you meet Black people in history is fucking slaves. It's like, damn, bro. They still that like, bro, like, yo, man. This shit is really like low key racist and shit like that. But like, yo, fam, the first time you meet niggas is fucking is slaves, bro. They talk about the white monarchy. They talk about how white people were fucking kings and queens. I learned about Henry VIII, Queen Elizabeth, all them niggas. But I didn't learn about fucking Nefertiti. I didn't learn about fucking King Tut. I didn't learn about the Moors. The shit, all the shit before. You know what I'm saying? We was the niggas, but we was the niggas, N-U-G-S. You know what I'm saying? If you go back to my previous podcast, niggas. You know, that's where the word nigga come from, really. Niggas, N-E-G-U-S. And niggas, hold on, real quick. I have to look some shit up. Hold on. Niggas is means king or royalties or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's where the word nigga is derived from. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Through your motherfucking Googles, through your history and shit like that. But we was them niggas. You know what I'm saying? We was the motherfucking kings. We was the motherfucking kings and queens and shit like that. They don't talk about. They still, even in fucking college, I was super surprised. I was like, yo, we still not talking about African royalty. Like we was before that. We was before all of that. We was before all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? We was before all of the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We still don't talk about African royalty in history class from elementary to high school, from elementary to college. They still don't talk about that motherfucking part of history. You know what I'm saying? That and that's what goes into this whole saying, and the whole expression that history goes to the victors, or the victors write history. You know what I'm saying? They get they get to tell they fucking side of the story because they won. You know what I'm saying? The quote unquote won. You know what I'm saying? Or quote unquote took it over or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They colonized it, so the motherfucking colonizers won. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about fucking African. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, yo, fam, for real? Like we still not talking about African royalty. We still not talking about the Moors. We still not talking about Nefertiti. We still not talking about these niggas that came before all of this. This is world history. This is a world history class, and we are not talking. Even when we talked about Africa, we talked about Africa in world history, but they didn't. When they talked about Africa, they didn't talk about the motherfucking kings and queens. They talked about how we were taken from there. That's the only part they talked about. Even in motherfucking college, that's the only part they fucking talked about. They didn't talk about African royalty. We still not talking about African royalty. You gotta go take an African American Studies class to even get a motherfucking gist of that. But it should be in world history because it is a part of fucking world history. We talked about all these other fucking cultures and all these other fucking countries, but we still don't talk about African royalty. Like, yo, fam, like this shit is really fucked up when you think about it. Like in Christopher Columbus, you know what I'm saying? We don't talk about everything that Christopher Columbus did. The only in elementary school, the only thing we learned about Christopher Columbus is in 1492 he sailed the ocean blue. We don't talk. That's the only fucking thing we learned about fucking Christopher Columbus. They didn't talk about all the women that he raped. They didn't talk about all the land that he took, all the fucking niggas that he killed. They don't talk about that. They gloss over that. They just give him credit for so quote unquote discovering America when we really didn't. Because motherfuckers, how you discover some shit when there's people already there? You know what I'm saying? And we have fucking Columbus Day. We still celebrate this nigga. We still celebrate this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Even they don't talk about the evil shit that he did when he came over here. They don't say a word about that. They don't say a fucking word about that. The only thing they talk about is in 1492 he sailed the ocean blue. Even in fucking college, even when we talked about Christopher Columbus in the world history class, my teachers still didn't talk about all the evil shit that he did when he came over here. They just talked about the Santa Maria, the Pinta, all the ships and the places that he landed. They didn't talk about what he did, all the evil shit that he did when he landed. So when you take your fucking history classes, they only giving you they only giving you bits and pieces. They only giving you bits and pieces, bro. You gotta, if you really want to learn the real fucking history, you gotta do this shit your fucking self, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking shame that even in a fucking world history class, they don't teach us in college. A fucking college professor, they're not in a curriculum. They glossing over the bad parts. Like we're fucking five. You know what I'm saying? They glossing over the fucking bad parts like we're fucking five. And it's really fucking low key racist. And it's really like yo, when you really think about it, they omitting shit. They omitting certain aspects from fucking history. And when we grow up, you know what I'm saying, and we get older and shit like that, that's the only thing we're gonna remember about these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That we're not gonna remember all the evil shit that they fucking did. You know what I'm saying? Or yo, it's like, yo, this shit is forgotten, and we don't see ourselves as fucking royalty, and it goes back. It's like, fam, like it go and it could fuck us up in the future because we don't see. You know what I'm saying? All the white kids, they see that they get to learn about Henry VIII. They get to learn about Queen Elizabeth. So when white kids grow up, they get to say, well, we was kings and queens, motherfucker. But the black kids, yo, you somebody has to fucking tell you that when you black. Somebody has to fucking tell you that your ancestors, like before motherfucking slaves, they really were motherfucking some of the Moors. Go type in Moor. Go do fucking Googles on the fucking Moors. Moors. Go type in Negus. Type in Negus. You know what I'm saying? Type that in. You gotta learn. You got if you really want to learn the real history. You gotta learn it your fucking self. If you black, you know what I'm saying? Somebody has to tell you that we were kings and queens. When white kids, they get to learn in the fucking history class. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think that does when you growing up? You don't know you don't know that you fucking royalty. You know that you fucking royalty. White kids get to grow up with the notion that because they get to learn about Henry VIII and all these white fucking kings and queens. You know what I'm saying? They get to learn about all these motherfuckers. So they already growing up with the notion that they are fucking royalty. You know what I'm saying? So, but the black kids, you have to learn that fucking yourself. How many how many fucking percentage of black kids know that they were fucking royalty? And people say that, people just, and a lot of black people just say that, you know, it's a lot of older black people, a lot of motherfucking, you know, fight for your right, fist in the air black people, a lot of them motherfucking say that, and we just take it goes one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, like really get that shit. Like, yo, they're like, and this goes into a whole deeper discussion about symbolism and shit like that. But we don't have time. We're gonna touch on that in a future podcast. We don't really have time to get into that. We will definitely are going to touch in that. It's too late in the show. You know what I'm saying? I probably should have started at the top of this, but this goes into the whole symbolism. This goes into a symbolism discussion. You know what I'm saying? Which we don't have time to get into right now. You know what I'm saying? But yo, it's just like, yo, they get to grow up, like white kids get to grow up with the notion that they're royalty, but black kids, somebody has to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? And how many black people are telling black kids that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I started this whole shit to talk about motherfucking Abraham Lincoln, but I got on a motherfucking tangent. Damn, I really might have to save this for the next episode. I'm gonna introduce it. I'm gonna introduce my motherfucking theory on it because it shouldn't take that long. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna touch on it more in a future episode. There was a quote that came out. I'm gonna go ahead and find it so I can read it word for word, so I can get the whole aspect of what it is. Let me find this quote real quick. I'm gonna read it word for word. Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. It's coming. I have to dig. I think I took a snapshot of it. Here we go. I found it. Okay. This quote is from Abraham Lincoln, and this is a speech he made in 1858 in Charleston. He says this. This is word for word. Abraham Lincoln says, "I will say then that I am not, nor have I ever been in favor of bringing about in any way the social and political equality of the white and black races. That I am not, nor ever have been in favor of making voters or jurors of Negroes, nor qualifying them to hold office, nor to intermarry with white people. And I will say, in addition to this, that there is a physical difference between white and black races, which I believe will forever forbid the two races living together on terms of social and political equality. And inasmuch as they cannot so live, while they do remain together, there must be the position of superior and inferior. And I, as much as any other man, am in favor of having the superior position assigned to the white race." This is a quote from Abraham Lincoln. He said that in fucking South Carolina. A little interesting fact about Abraham Lincoln. A lot of black people come with the notion to say fuck Abraham Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? He was on that bullshit. He said that bullshit, and like fuck him for saying that. You know what I'm saying? For real. I just want to proud this, but let me introduce this shit to you. I watched this. He said that. He did say that. Well, he was in the North. Well, he said that in South Carolina. He said that when he was running for president. He said that in 1858. So think about the climate. I'm not caping for Abraham Lincoln. I'm just introducing some logic. I'm introducing some motherfucking background into why he said that. Of course, we know Abraham Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed the motherfucking slaves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But here's a little fucking tidbit. There's a little fucking information about Abraham Lincoln. When he was running for president, think about the climate of the time. You know what I'm saying? It was slavery was still going on and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And in the North, he was all about free the slaves and all about. In the North, he was all about. You know what I'm saying? He talked about. You know what I'm saying? He sung a whole different tune in the motherfucking North when he was campaigning. Again, he said this when he was campaigning to be the president. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't say that in the South, if he didn't say that, he would not have won the presidency. I'm not saying Abraham Lincoln is a good man or a bad man, but that he did some fuck shit. A lot of people, there's this thing that people say that this is a little known. I don't call it little known. That's the wrong wording to use for that. So there's a thing that say that Abraham Lincoln, the war wasn't about slavery, it was about the cotton prices. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And if that is true, then fuck Abraham Lincoln. But Abraham Lincoln made that statement when he was campaigning for president. You know what I'm saying? And in the North, he sung a whole different tune. He said, yeah, in the North, he basically said something like his speeches in the North was basically like, yo, like, his black, I fuck with black people, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see fucking slavery, you know what I'm saying? He wrote the Emancipation Proclamation. That was in the motherfucking North. When he was campaigning for president, he played both sides just so he could win the presidency. You know what I'm saying? And when you really think about it, when he was in the North, he didn't really have to say, yeah, I don't want to see no slavery in the North. In the South, if he was on that abolitionist shit in the South, he wouldn't have won the presidency. He wouldn't have won the fucking presidency. You know what I'm saying? So he played both sides. In the North, they was calling for, you know what I'm saying, freeing the slaves and shit like that. But in the South, you know, of course, y'all know how it was in motherfucking slavery. I don't have to explain to you how it was in motherfucking slavery. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, yo, when Abraham Lincoln was campaigning to be the motherfucking president, he was on he had to play. He felt like he had to play both sides. You know what I'm saying? In the South, he was on that, you know what I'm saying, white supremacy shit. But in the North, he was on the abolitionist shit, free the slaves. You know what I'm saying? He did that so he could win the fucking presidency. They didn't have Instagram in 1858. So when he made that speech, all they had was fucking newspaper. You know what I'm saying? So when he made that speech in the South and he came to the North and sung a whole different tune, it didn't really get to them like that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really get to them. The sides didn't really interact like that because they didn't have social media. They didn't have Instagram. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they couldn't really compare what he fucking said. You know what I'm saying? Like that, all they had was fucking newspaper. And it's like he felt like he had to play both sides to win the election. You know what I'm saying? In the North, he really, and when you really think about it, he didn't have to be on the abolitionist shit. Because if you watch the movie like 12 Years a Slave, it's based on a fucking true story. Motherfuckers in the North was kidnapping black people and selling them into slavery in the South. So you can't tell me that everybody in the North was for freeing black people. You know what I'm saying? There was abolitionists, there was white abolitionists, but I think it was only a fucking handful of them. That didn't represent the motherfucking majority. That didn't represent all the white abolitionists that helped black people escape slavery. They didn't represent the majority. I'm sure of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure niggas and the motherfuckers, and there was still, I read a book. I read a book about race relations in the North during fucking slavery. The white people in the North didn't fuck with black people like that. Only some of them did. The whole fucking country was racist. You know what I'm saying? The North gets painted as, oh, we're for freeing black people. We're for freedom and shit like that. But like, if you really look into it, the real history of race relations in the North during fucking slavery and shit like that, they didn't fuck niggas in the motherfucking white people in the North didn't fuck with black people. All white people in the North, like they still like, even though black people could be free in the North, they could still. There were still laws where if you were an escaped slave, you escaped to the North, they could, and somebody in the North could snitch on you, and they could come and get you and take you back to the fucking South. You know what I'm saying? The white people in the North didn't fuck. All the white people in the North didn't fuck with black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the white people in the North didn't really fuck with us like that. You know what I'm saying? They still called us niggers and all kind of shit, darky, all kind of fucking shit, even in the fucking North. So when you really think about it, it's confusing, cause I'm like, yo, like Abraham Lincoln, he didn't have to be on his abolitionist shit in the North, but yet he chose to play both sides because he thought it would help him win the election. You know what I'm saying? But the Union ended up seceding after he won, because Abraham Lincoln was really, like, even though he said, it's really confusing when you really think about it, because he said all that bullshit. He said all this white supremacy shit when he was in the campaigning in the South. When he got to the North, he was on some whole other shit, like for freedom and shit like that. But like, he didn't, like, it's just like, family, he didn't really have to say that in the North, because I'm sure white supremacy still existed in the North. You know what I'm saying? White supremacist thought still existed in the fucking North. And I'm sure, like, the abolitionists wasn't the majority. It's like, yo, like, but he felt like as a politician, this is the moral of the whole shit. Like, Abraham Lincoln was a politician above all else. Before he was for freedom and all that other shit, he was a politician. He was a politician above all else. So he felt like he had to please his fucking markets. You know what I'm saying? And he's just looking at this shit like a market. He's like, yo, how can I win the presidency? Okay, I'm going to go to the South. I'm going to be on white supremacy shit. When I go to the North, I'm going to be on the freedom. I'm going to be for freedom and free all black people and all that. And I want to see black people in chains and all that. So he played both sides so he could win the fucking election, is the moral of the story. You know what I'm saying? He was a politician above all else. You know what I'm saying? So before you go praising him, just know that he is a politician. A politician gonna be a politician. You know what I mean? So just take that little shit with you. You know what I'm saying? I had some other shit I want to get into, but we don't have fucking time. Only thing we have time left for is the Mighty Nice 16. You know what I mean? And y'all know, every time, if you're new to the motherfucking show, we do some shit called Mighty Nice 16s, where at the end of the fucking show, I spit a motherfucking 16 and I get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this fucking Mighty Nice 16. I'm gonna get out your fucking hair. We got this bitch. Yo, I bust like shots ring out on my bellhop shit. You obviously not shit. I'm trying to make knots stick while dodging the pins. I bake in the bits. I'm telling how crazy I get. You know them, void. I'm making noise. Hand clappers for your boy. Can to destroy like natural disasters. You should be thinking tornadoes for passions. I'm out the box like cashes. All you saw was quick fashion. Strike like matches before the match ends. More than your average. Never rest until the feet's over like a backflip. I have this. I have this live in action. Fuck your factions. I smash them like a Lego. Left holes like an ego. They flatter than a piece of paper on the table. I turn the tables. I'm in the mix. No twist. Sick with the slick shit. Another spliff hits my synapses. Inhale till my lung collapses. Still attacking these rap bastards. They not a factor. My faction pasture. You just decide on my platter. Decide that it's nothing after. Taking cowards out the pasture. My power massive. Spirit bombs atomically left them gone. It's on. Look off in your form. No arc in your shot. You missed a lot. No time left on the clock. Right hooks until they drop. Like Kareem. When they locked, the lane was wide open. I came to close them. The pain ain't over till it's over. In the world full of cold shoulders, I had to get warm. Now I'm blazing like two suns. The side I Arizona, to break them. Ghosts going over heads like an apron. Man, I cook them this now. I'm cooking these niggas. You know what I mean? We are out this bitch, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to motherfucking podcast. This is episode 16. We are out this hole, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.